guys, it's Natalia and welcome back to another episode of Fashion Design 101. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do something that I absolutely hate doing, which is alterations. I would literally rather make something from scratch than have to alter something that's pre-made, which I know maybe sounds crazy to the average person, but I quite literally hate having to take anything in, having to adjust anything, but these are skills that are really good to have and can make your life a lot easier when you're, buying clothes or maybe fixing things you thrifted or whatever the case may be. Good skill set to have, something I hate to do, but really good to do. All that being said, today I'm teaching you guys how to take in an invisible zipper. I find that these are most commonly on like dresses or skirts, sometimes on pants, but for the most part I would say it's like a dresses and skirt kind of deal. One of my friends asked me if I could take in a dress for her, so I decided that I might as well film it and show you guys. I think it's a pretty intuitive process if you know how to put in a zipper anyway. Like, it's basically undoing it to redo it, but I wanted to show you guys how to do it in case you've never done it and just like a visual, because I personally am a very visual person, so I like to see the process and then be able to do it myself. So that being said, let's get into it. Start by figuring out how much you want to take in the zipper and marking the amount evenly on either side. I like to place pins or use chalk to mark it, but also measure just so you know exactly how much it will be. Now it's time to unpick basically everything. I started by taking out the hook and eye closure at the top of the zipper and putting that to the side. In this case, I'm only taking in fabric at the top half of the zipper, so I'm keeping the bottom half in and just seam ripping the top half. I start by unpicking the lining, working my way to the actual zipper, and then also taking off the lining a few inches at the top of the garment. You should have a fully detached zipper at this point. And obviously make sure to do it on both sides. I honestly don't know why I took out the pins I originally had in to mark my new placement, but I put those back on to figure out where to place my zipper. I lined up the zipper teeth to my markings and pinned it in place. Sometimes starting from the bottom up is easier to pin. If you're only taking in the top half of the zipper, your zipper will be at a diagonal line to blend in with the original seam. If you took out the whole zipper and are taking in the garment fully at that seam, your zipper will be straight all the way down. Your zipper might also not reach the very top of the garment anymore if you're at quite an angle like I am, but we'll adjust that top piece later. Also, make sure you're pinning to only the outer shell fabric, not the lining, and to do it all evenly on the other side. The most crucial part of sewing an invisible zipper is having an invisible zipper foot. It looks something like this and allows your needle to get right next to the zipper teeth for the closest finish. Sew your zipper down on both sides, making sure they're even, and if you have a waistband like I do on this one, make sure it lines up on both sides when it's zipped. If you want a more in-depth video on how to attach an invisible zipper, I'll have a tutorial linked down below. Once you're satisfied with your zipper placement, you can cut off the excess fabric around the zipper, leaving about ½ inch of seam allowance, and then you can cut off the same amount on the lining to even it out. Now it's time to basically put everything you pulled apart together again, so we're going to start by sewing the top of the piece together again and closing the top of the zipper. This is where you can blend the seam down a bit if your zipper teeth don't reach the very top of the piece anymore. Just make sure to do it evenly on both sides so that your pieces still align when they're fully zipped up. To finish off reattaching the lining, you can technically do it by machine depending if you have an opening to access the interior of the garment. However, most of the time I enjoy doing it by hand, so that's how we're gonna do it. Fold in whatever seam allowance you have for your lining. Mine was about ½ inch, and pin it down close to the zipper teeth, but not so close that it would get caught in it when you zip it up. Pin it until it reaches the original lining, and do the same thing on the other side. Since this is on the inside of the garment, it really doesn't have to be the most perfect hand sewing ever, especially if you're relatively new to sewing, but this is how I like to do it. I start at the top, slide my needle horizontally on the lining, grab the tiniest thread from the zipper tape, and then slide the needle through the lining again and repeat. This basically creates an invisible stitch. It's easier to just watch me do it than for me to try to put it into words, but realistically, you can do whatever stitch you want to keep it down. You could do a slip stitch, you could do whatever. It's on the inside, it's kind of however you want to finish it, but I find that this is the cleanest and the best way to do it, personally. Once you're done attaching the lining on both sides, it should look something like this on the inside and then like this on the outside. Once you zip it up, everything should look like it did before. The very last step is to reattach your hook and eye closure if you have one. I like to start with the eye, sew it down, and then hook the hook closure to it, hold it where you want it to be, and sew it down as it's closed so that you make sure it's in the right place. These can get kind of finicky to do, but this is how I like to do it.
And once you have that, your zipper closure should be good as new.
So that is it for today's tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you don't already know, I have an entire series called Fashion Design 101 where I teach you everything you need to know about sewing, from the very basics to more advanced techniques. And I'm always open to more requests and suggestions, so let me know if you have anything down below that you want me to film and make a tutorial of. And I'll obviously link the entire playlist down below if you want to check out all the other videos. But that being said, that is it for today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!